honest, even in America, there's so many people who are poor, broke, they don't have a place to live. They sleep on the street. If you want to do business in Africa or where you came from, you don't need to invest only to your own people. It's happening everywhere. It's happening not only in Africa, even in America. People are dying, Imagine all this happening in America. Nobody can go back and invest in America right now, but people still go and they invest.
Poverty is what is killing a lot of youth here in Africa.
Yeah.
Especially in Tanzania and other countries in East Africa.
So the problem is how people set up their own mentality. If you are sleeping 24/7, you are sleeping all day, how are you going to reach the dream? Why Africa, most people, they don't design their own product and they sell that product. I see some friends, they go to India, they come back here, they don't have a job. Why? And some people are successful in Africa, they never been to America. I see rich people here who are driving BMW, people got pharmacy, people got, shop going right now, they are making enough money. They don't have to go to America. They're afraid to do business in Africa because they feel like Africa, there's so much corruption, which is no. Even in America, there's corruption. And you don't have to invest only in Tanzania. You can go Nigeria, you can go Ghana, you can go Rwanda, you can go anywhere. My brother, there's no African time, there's no white time. Time is time.
Hello, my brother. How are you? How are you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good to be here in town.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to have you here on Talk with Paul. Actually, the podcast is called Talk with Paul.
Thanks.
So it's good to have you here.
Thank you for your time.
Can you introduce maybe yourself and let us know what you do?
Myself, my name is Eli Sinzinkayo Nehemiah.
Oh, yeah.
I was born in Tanzania and then now been living in USA for 18 years. And then I run my own business, I'm entrepreneur doing my own business in USA.
In Tanzania and in USA?
In USA right now.
That's nice. All right. So when you are in USA, what comes in your mind when you think about Africa?
What comes to my mind is to invest back home, because I do have family, I have neighbors, this is a good place to come back and then invest in Africa right now. So basically everyone in America, they will think about Africa is a poverty continent, Let's say Africa is a continent, let's say Tanzania is a country, So, but to be honest, even in America, probably, there's so many people who are poor, broke, they don't have a place to live. They sleep on the street. So everywhere you go, you're gonna find some people who are poor, some people who are rich. So it's up to you how you make a decision and then who you wanna be.
How did it be possible for you from Tanzania and then went to America?
So basically it was not easy. It was not easy, but that was by Obama, when Obama was a president. So he let most people come in America, which is very difficult right now with Trump. So with Trump, getting a visa is very difficult. But during Obama's presidency, it was very easy because that time they needed more people to come to America so they can they can work. But right now, they make everything complicated. So in America, everything you do, you must be certified to do that job. And then trust me, most people, that's the job they do. We don't wash only people, and they help disabled people who are disabled, people who are sick. Those are kind of people they help wash, clean. It's like working at the hospital. It's the same. So it's very professional job in America, and then require the most diploma, high school diploma or degree to have that job.
So you have to have a diploma or a bachelor degree, like to take care of someone.
Yes, and you must know how to speak English or different language, but you must be professional to do that job.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, back to those black, I can say like African Americans who are living in the US. Why it seems like it's very hard for them to come and invest to their motherland?
So I would say most people, they don't have friends or family they can trust. That's one question. That's one difficult challenge. Trust. Some of them, for example, I know people come and they invest money, and then whenever you come back, there's corruption. Someone or stole the money or they did something bad, and they don't want to come back because I try to give money to my brother or my cousin so he can be in leadership or be my manager for my company. That's an example. And when I come back, they sell my company or they destroy my business. So which means most people right now, they are not focusing to come back home. They are trying to invest where they are right now.
Oh,
Or another reason is witchcraft, you know. People, they come, they do business, you know, but there's witchcraft, people come and die, you know. So they don't want to come back to have that risk. So basically, if you want to do business in Africa or where you came from, you don't need to invest only to your own people. You find someone who's qualified to do the job. So the issue we're facing, watu wengi wana face that issue, wanachukua watu wa kwao, unaona? So they choose their own people, like family, uncle, sister, and then even though they're not qualified, kwa sababu wanaona this is a family, you know, wanawapatia kazi. But I would advise people from everywhere, if you want to invest in Africa or invest where you were born, tafuta watu wana uwezo. People who are qualified to do the job. Don't just come looking for your own people, families, you know. Tafuta watu wamesomea, halafu wapatie kazi.
So for you, you said like you're doing a business here in Tanzania.
Yes.
Like you're investing in Africa.
Yeah.
How was it possible for you like to come and invest in Tanzania and then still you are living in the US?
So first of all I came to visit, you know. I return every year, I come to Tanzania to visit, and then I found people who I can trust. And then I give them a chance, you know. Nimewapatia a chance mara moja, wanafanya kazi, nikaona wako wanafanya vizuri, then I put more money. Yes.
So when you are in the US, nadhani waga unasikia mambo ambayo yanaendelea huko bara la Afrika. Do you guys hear all those kind of things there, and what do you think when you hear about those kind of things?
So yeah, we do see those information or those news on IG, Instagram, or Facebook, or YouTube. So we do watch news basically, and then we see what's happening. But it's happening everywhere. It's happening not only in Africa, even in America. People are dying. You know, you know, there's people killing each other. We see, you know, we saw news, but it doesn't mean because someone, you know, something happened, you cannot invest in that country. Imagine all this happening in America. Nobody can go back and invest in America right now, but people still go and they invest.
And do their business.
Yes. So as long as the government is stable, yes, people are welcome to invest in that country.
Poverty is what is killing a lot of youth here in Africa. Yeah. Especially in Tanzania and other countries in East Africa. What do you think is the problem?
So the problem is how people set up their own mentality. So how they don't have a dream or they don't have a goal. Or you may have a goal where you want to be, nataka kufika sehemu fulani hivi, but what are you doing to get to that point? So if you are sleeping 24/7, you are sleeping all day, how are you going to reach that dream? And most people will say, oh, I can't find a job in the government, or I can't do this, but fanya kazi yoyote naweza kupa hela. So some people, they depend on their degree. Because you go to school being a teacher, it doesn't mean you have to be a teacher. You can do a different job, or you can take a different position, or you don't have to wait to work for government. Start your own. I know the challenge is going to be capital, you know, but if you have 500,000 or 1 million, you can do something better.
For you, do you think there is a job opportunities here?
Yes, you start your own, you can create your own job. Yes, so you go to school and then you get your degree. School, they teach you how you're going to exchange your time with money. That's what they're going to teach you. How you're going to exchange your time with money. So basically, you're going to be paid monthly or hourly, you know. So, but how about if you design your own product? Why Africa? Most people, they don't design their own product and they sell that product. Someone has to start. Design something, come up with a product, and do more advertising, and then get more clients. We don't need to depend things coming from America or from India. I see some friends, they go to India, they come back here, they don't have a job. Why? So you go to America, you get your degree, and you come back here, and you need to get a job from the government. What did you bring from America? So you come, you design a job, you know, and then you give a job to other people.
All of us, we think about going to America. Like, do you think it's good for us keeping thinking like our life, we want to end up going to America?
So to be honest, Marekani kuna watu wengi wametokea nchi tofauti. So many people, but not all of them are success. Some of them, they arrive in America, they don't have a job, or they have a job, they keep sending money to Africa. They don't even know how to save money. So basically, it's know how to, if you have money, how can you invest to get more money? So, and then, yes, if you get a chance to go to America, you may be successful or not. And some people are success in Africa, they've never been to America. How can you define that? So I see rich people here who are driving BMW, people got pharmacy, people got, you know, shop going right now. They are making enough money. They don't have to go to America. Wherever you are, you can be rich. Yeah. So in Africa, there's so much opportunity, to be honest. So I would say we have lake here, right?
Yeah.
We have a land.
Tourism,
Yes, you can do agriculture. You know, you can do that. You can make money. So there's so much opportunity here in America, here in Africa. So much things you can do more than in America. So in America, they work 7 days a week, 24/7. Most people, right? So the only time you may be off is Sunday. But here in Africa, you set up your own schedule, and you do the job 8 to 5, and you go home and you sleep, you spend time with your family. But in America, you find out someone is working from 8 to 5, and the woman is going to work from 5 the whole night. So you don't get a chance to be with your family. So what they can do, wache tamaa. Wache tamaa kwa sababu wengi, many of them, they don't want to do anything here in Africa. They feel like they will do when they get to America. But let me be honest with you. There's so many people in America, they have no job. They're going to become lazy, and then they don't do nothing. So at this time, if you have a job here, keep it. You know, try to see what you can use from there.
All right.
Lack of understanding. That's number one. And other people, they have worry. Like they're afraid. You know, they're afraid to do business in Africa because they feel like Africa there's so much corruption, which is no. Even in America, there's corruption.
There is a corruption.
Yes. So they don't have to be afraid. Find a right person, a right product, and a right price. And then you don't have to invest only in Tanzania. You can go Nigeria, you can go Ghana, you can go Rwanda, you can go anywhere as long as you hold the American passport, and you can go invest. So most people live in America, right? So yes, they're afraid with financial wise. They feel like if they bring their own money here, they're gonna lose their money. Okay, and then most African who are here, they get someone who's investor, who's gonna bring money in Tanzania, and they don't they take that chance for 1 week, and they're not honest. So if you find someone who wanna invest in America, number one, you gotta be honest to him or to her. You know, if they ask you how much is the product, how much is the computer, be honest how much you say the computer. Because if you do estimate to me, I will say, okay, I need a 20 computer, and then you already give me the estimate how much I'll be making. So you gotta do research and they give the correct information to the investor. So which is most African, they are hiding those information to the investor. You know, they will tell them wrong information. That's why whenever they try to invest, okay, let me say I'm going to bring $100,000, and then the project is going to take only $50,000, and the other half is yours. So that's not correct, because if I'm the investor, I'm going to tell other people back in America, hey, you know, I'm doing a project in Africa, and it's going to cost me $50K, right? But the project is going to cost you $25K, you know. So once they find out, they won't come invest in Africa, because people, they are lying too much. So be honest which product you want to sell, and then be there time-wise. Other issue they face is timing. Timing is a big, we always said is African time. My brother, there's no African time, there's no white time. Time is time. So if the clock is counting 1, 2, 3, it doesn't stop, it keep moving. So we as Africa, we stop the clock, and then we want to restart again after 1 hour, 2 hours. So that's killing our financial as well. Let's say America. America is the greatest country in the world, you know. And I was born in Tanzania. I went to America. Now I was able to start my own company, and they hire American who are working under me, under my company. Imagine, that was very simple. It was easy. So what they did in America, they make easy. They make it easy to the investor. As long as you have a capital, as long as you have, business plan, you do a business in America. They don't care who you are, or if you speak English. Some of them, I see some people from India or China, they own business in America, but they don't speak English. Can you imagine? Oh, yeah. So they make it easier for people to invest in America. That's why you see everyone has a job, right?
Wow.
So in Africa, especially my country, Tanzania, so they need to let people do business. That will open door for the investor to bring millions dollars in Tanzania, and the youth people, they want to work. They need to find a job. So which means it's going to open door for youth people to get a job. So they need to make sure the regulation, they make it easy to the easy access regulation to diaspora people, so they can come to Tanzania and invest more.
Most of women who are living in the US, they prefer to be married with people who are living in Africa. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say 50-50.
50-50.
Yes.
Why 50-50?
I mean, there's also men who come to America to find a wife.
Oh yeah?
So, I mean, they're doing 50-50. And then number one, maybe we don't have many guys from Africa who want to marry them. Number two, maybe they have a change, the culture, they act like American. They act like American. And then we, especially guys from Africa, we need to marry African wife. We don't want to marry American wife. So that's why you see most women, they come back, find a husband in Africa because they can't find someone who fit their need in America.
What's the financial advice you can give a young man or young girl who are living in Africa? Financial advice.
So my financial, number one, I will tell them, have a dream, have a goal, what they want to be, and then spend time, figure out how you're going to reach that dream. That'll be my advice. Going to America is not going to give you a freedom of financial. Yes, and I see some youth people, they're getting married and they go to America. Guess what? After 2 weeks or 1 year, they divorce. Because you went to America, because you married that woman because you just want to go to America. You don't have a love with that guy. So that's the issue. And then once you divorce, sometimes they send you back in Africa. So my advice for youth people is, if you have a job, keep it and try to make it better. So by having your business plan, how you're gonna get it, you never know who's gonna be your sponsor, So there's so many people can sponsor you, the job you do, but you have to start from show your work. Example, what you're doing, man. I appreciate you're doing an amazing job. So this is a step you already started. So imagine I go to America, but I go to America and I share with my guys back home. They say, hey, there's a guy who's doing this, this, and this. I'm gonna you get connection. Once you have a connection, that's how you're gonna make your show talk be popular, and they start making money. So, but you start from zero, from somewhere, not because you are making good money to have me being here, but you give your time. So, if you want a success, there's some things you need to give up. Number one is time. Number two is you need to have network. Network is very, very important with financial right now. So how are you going to sell your product? Right now is IG or Facebook or YouTube. You got to find a network you're going to use to sell yourself. That's how you're going to, people will know who you are and they will buy your product.
The mindset of the youth who are in America and the mindset of the youth who are in Africa.
Yes.
What's the difference when it comes to financial thing?
So the big difference, when you are 16 years old or 14 years old in America, you find a job. You start working, You don't have to wait until you are 24, till you are 20. You start making money when you are 14 years old. That's number one. Number two, they have a dream. If you are 14, you want to buy your own vehicle. You know that in America, you must have a vehicle for your own transportation. So you set up a mind when you are 14 years old. Say, okay, in 2 years, I want to buy a vehicle. So, yes, there's so much different how people think and how people act, behave on the dream. So in America, people, they follow their dreams. And in Africa, I don't see if they follow their dreams. They always say, oh, I can't do it. They give up so quick. That's the issue we're facing here in this country. Most guys, they give up so quick. And then you will see a young man who's like 14, 16 years old. You wake up at 7 and you're outside sitting somewhere the whole day and watching people passing by. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's no way you're 16. You're old enough. You can do a job, you know.
16 for us, like a boy who is 16,
And-
actually, they are swimming always on the
Yeah, you spend the whole day at the beach and then you're having fun, you know,
Yeah.
you don't have money, and night you go back, your parents cook food or something and you go eat. Come on, guys, you know, just go to Kariako and find a job you can do.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. So do you, for you, back then in the way you think,
Yeah.
the way I know you are aged now, you are aged
Yes.
enough, you know,
Yeah.
you have the experience before going to America and right now. Do you think African countries, most of them, especially in Tanzania, are we going forward or we are still stuck in somewhere?
So I would say, yeah, for the government, you guys are going forward. But if I look at the youth, I don't see if they're going forward. I see they still stuck because, you know, I was in Kariako, I passed by, I see some guys, the same old, 20 years ago. They're still doing the same thing, sitting, watching people around the whole day, you know. So if I'm driving or I'm going to the grocery and I see people on the street, they're doing nothing, they're standing or they're talking, that means we're not going forward, we're going backward. If you go to different countries, they say, I'm going to say example to America, that's why I've been for 20 years, you know. So you won't see anybody sitting on the street. Those we call homeless. Yeah, if I see someone sitting on the street, they are homeless. Because if you have a job, you go to work 8 hours, and after 8 hours, you go straight, you sleep. You know, you go spend time in your house. But here, man, people are on the street all day. Evening, 10 p.m., they stay on the street. That means I don't see the future. Yeah, nothing's changed.
So what should we do? Because, you know, most of people who are living in Africa, we have that kind of tendency, like we are enjoying freedom. Like,
Yeah.
if you ask, I can even see even the people who are not Africans when they come to African countries.
Yeah.
Once they came here, they enjoy that kind of freedom.
Freedom,
like,
yeah.
Like everything is pole pole. I remember I have a Korean friend, like
Yeah.
she normally say like everything here is pole pole.
Yeah.
While in their country everything is going fast.
Yes.
Like, what should we do to change that thing, or should we impress that culture of doing things in that own of slow? Like if you tell someone to come on the right time, they don't come on the right time.
Yes.
Like what should we do?
So to be honest, I will tell you guys, opportunity come once. You know, be out there looking for the opportunity to come, and then there's some culture we need to let it go. So there's things we need to let it go because you're gonna ask your dad, okay, we are holding this culture. What did it benefit you or myself? Nothing. So there's things we need to let go and then adapt new system. So our new system is to work and be free financial, right? So yes, we have a freedom, but there's no way you're gonna tell me freedom is to come to the beach and spend my whole day and they don't have something to eat. Clothes, I can dress any kind of dress I need. You know, I can go anywhere in Tanzania. I can have my family spend at least 6 hours at the beach, you know, without worrying anything at home. That's what we call freedom and financial free. That's why they are not responsible for what they do. So being responsible, you're still living under your mom and your dad's roof. So that means
That's another challenge.
that's a big challenge because in America, most of the time when you're 18, they kick you out. You go start your own life. So these things like you are under 18, yes, you can still live under your parents. But once you reach 18 to 24, at least you have a job. You know, if you don't have a job, come on, man, I don't see if you can still live under your parents' roof. Find a job and be your own responsibility because this culture, you're gonna leave your parents' house once you get married. How about if you don't get married? You know, because you don't pay rent, you don't pay utility, you don't bring food on the table, so you're just relaxing.
Right.
But if you have your own place, now you can see the responsibility where you got pay. You know, at the end of the month, I have to pay rent. So that's gonna be something you guys need to let it go and then get married.
Like which culture do you guys prefer much? Like say you normally do.
Yeah, for example, Papa Bongo, we are known by a wife cook for you and prepare everything for you, clean everything. She does for you, and you are just the king. You know, do nothing, just sitting there, and then you see a mother is pregnant, a father is sitting there, and the mother is doing all things at home. and then the family just waiting. Oh, bring the food. Oh, did you bring this spoon? Bring this. You know, in America, my friend, we don't do that. If I want to wash myself, I can go in the kitchen and wash myself. I don't have to wait for my wife to come to wash me. For clothes, to wash the clothes, we have the machine. We use the machine most of the time, you know. For cleaning, yes, I can sweep my floor. I can do that myself, you know, because I know my wife is at work. My wife is doing different job, you know. So those are kind of the culture we need to let it go, you know, and then live in peace, to be honest, you know. And then also, haya mambo ya kukaa, like you go out and spend the whole day nje doing nothing. No. Sometimes if your wife is at work, mimi nabaki na watoto. So that means we share the caring of the kids, you know. Taking care of the kids is not only for our mother, even a man can do it.
That's nice. Do you guys maybe sometimes listen to African music?
Oh yeah, I do listen a lot of African music, a lot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Like what kind of music do you listen most?
I mean, I listen Bongo, like Diamond, like Hiba, Harmonize, you know, Nendi. So we do listen gospel music as well. You know, yeah. In America, we listen a lot of Bongo music.
What about food? Do you guys sometimes get some food of Africans?
Oh yeah, we especially fufu, man. I love fufu so much. Kule Marekani.
Yeah.
So there is grocery. African grocery. So naenda kule nanunua nanunua unga kila kitu, alafu nasonga ugali. So yeah, tunakula ugali sana.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate. I'm so happy to have you here on the Talk with Paul.
Oh, I do appreciate, man. Thank you so much for your time. And then I do support what you're doing for right now. I know it's gonna make you rich one day. So keep pushing yourself, you know, keep pushing, and then I know for sure you start from zero. But if you look Diamond the way he is, or other people, you know, they start somewhere. But now they make impact in the city. And I wishing you the best. And one day you're gonna make impact. And then I come back here, I see you have at least 2-4 guys working under your talk show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
May God bless you, man.
Amen. Amen.
All right.
Thank you.